Hi everyone, and hi Gav and everybody at shiftdotms, a fantastic YouTube channel and website. If you haven't seen it already, go and have a look at it because there's some amazing resources and articles and different topics on there, so there's heaps to learn. And I've noticed lately there's been so many new uploads, so it's really worth checking out. I've been given an opportunity to do the Stalking Me, Stalking You installment. So there's a series of questions. I'm not IT savvy enough to be able to have the questions just pop up in front of you, so I'm going to talk myself through them all. I've had a little think about what I'm going to say, but I haven't practiced it, so if it doesn't make sense, sorry. So question one is, how has my life changed since my diagnosis? What hasn't changed, I think, is probably a better question. Life's changed because I'm now dominated with the next medical appointment or the next treatment procedure. I'm like this with, you know, the hospital that I'm linked into. And I never kind of thought at 34, I'm now 35, but never thought at 34 that would be something that would be such a strong feature in my life. So there's been a few negatives, obviously. I don't think of myself the same way anymore. I do see myself as being a little bit different. Sometimes I see that in a good way. There are many times where I see that as a pretty negative type of thing, depending on what kind of a mood I'm in. But on the positive side, I've also done many things in the last 12 months since my diagnosis that I'd never done before and kind of never really thought I would do. So that's been good. So kind of goes both ways. Question two is, what do I hope to accomplish in the future? And I'm not sure that that's really changed, the goals that I had before and the goals that I have now. I think the path to achieving them could be a little bit windy and a little bit different, which I didn't count on, but I'm hoping that I can still meet a life partner, somebody who will love me for who I am and who will stand by me. I still hope to have children one day. I still hope to be out of a rental property and into my own place, and I really hope to be working until I'm 64 or 65, or even longer perhaps. I'd love to be doing volunteer work down the track. My goals haven't changed, but I suppose I'm in more of a frame of mind now about using this change in my life for some good, and I think making these videos is a good first step. So maybe in years to come I'll get involved with the local MS Society a bit more. Not sure I'm ready for that right now, but I think this is a good first step, and just the responses that I've been getting and the people that I've met through that, you know, you're making a difference. So that was surprising to me because I wasn't sure what was going to happen with that, whether it be one video or, you know, but it's worked out really well. Question three, if you could say one thing to your MS, what would it be? I thought about this a little bit, and it's probably the toughest question of the lot because my first instinct is to use a lot of expletives, but sometime or another that's got to stop. And I've got to probably replace that anger and resentment with a strategy. A strategy to be comfortable with where I'm at, and a strategy to hopefully beat where I'm at. So I guess I would be saying, I think about the things that enter my head over and over again, and sometimes it's, what caused this? Like, why? There's no one in my family with this condition. It could have been this, it could have been my diet, could it have been a vaccine I had 2 years ago. What caused it? And I know that it's a combination of genetic factors and environment, but I want you, MS, you monster thing out there, to tell me what has triggered it. Was it because I was a smoker for 13 years? I'll never know. Maybe I'll never know. But I think it would certainly help me lose some of the guilt that I might carry about maybe I've done this to myself somehow. So I'd like a few answers, really, I suppose. There's a lot of corny, crappy things I'd like to say, but really, I want answers. I want to know, am I going to be okay? are you going to spare me? Are you going to give me the chance that I think I deserve, just as everybody else does? And what's been my proudest achievement in spite of my MS? Well, I'm so early on in this disease, or at least I hope that I am, that I think it's about what's my most proudest achievement since diagnosis rather than in spite of my MS, because I don't believe my MS has really held me back. And if I had to name an area where it probably has, that's actually branching out and trying to find another partner, a romantic partner, because I'm still dealing with that and how I would actually go about telling somebody. So my proudest achievement so far would have to be the things that I'd never done before, like getting on an aeroplane. I was really scared of flying, and I think I've taken about 4 flights in the last 12 months, and riding a horse for the first time, like small things that probably most people have done, but because I'm a scaredy cat, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't done. This beautiful state in Australia, Queensland, I'd never been up there, and I'd always wanted to go to SeaWorld, this beautiful sea, lots of sea animals and dolphins and all sorts of underwater life, and that was my dream, to go up there, and I finally did that. I went to New Zealand, and so many firsts, like the horse riding with the Lord of the Rings countryside, and I guess the biggest achievement was actually paragliding, because I'm scared of everything. I don't go on rides or any of that kind of stuff, so for me to go paragliding with my mates, I still can't believe I did it, and I probably wouldn't if I didn't have the footage and the photos to prove it. And the company of my friends, which really, it's probably the only reason I actually went through it, because I thought if I don't do this and everyone else has, I'm going to kick myself. So a lot of firsts. And another proud achievement is, again, the YouTube stuff that I've been doing. Just kind of started off with a small idea, and people have reacted and responded positively to it. So that's, I can't even put into words how that's affected me. I've shed many tears, many joyful tears, and many sad ones, and hearing other people's stories that are so close to mine and what I've been through. You just know, you start to realise how many people out there are really watching it, and you don't kind of think about that stuff at the beginning. You don't, but yeah, it's amazing. And the last question was, who's been the most important person in my life since my diagnosis? If we go back maybe 18 months, I would have said my father and my mother, of course, but my father, he's not here anymore, and he passed away probably a week before this all came on for me. So since diagnosis, it would have to be my mum. And who's going to be more important than your parents? You know, I don't have children of my own, and I don't have a husband. I have pets that I love, but they're asking about people. So it's got to be my mum. She's the one person who would never ever give up on me, or she's been really supportive, and so grateful for that. Beyond her, it's hard to pick one person, but there's been a few friends who have really come out of the woodwork for me, and you know, similarly, there's also been friends who I've been a bit disappointed in their responses or lack of response, and everyone's got their own coping strategies, but there's been a couple of friends at least who have really outstretched their hands, and I hope I never lose touch with them, because that's so important, the value of friendships. But the one person who's always been there is my mum. So those are my answers, and yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to have another video up and available really soon, a lot sooner than the last. Bye!